is Jose from Stampin' Dough.com, and today I thought I'd show you this really sweet, adorable treat box using the Honey Bee stamp set and the Detailed Bee dies. Now, this stamp set and dies are on our last chance list, which means that they are only available until June 2nd or while supplies last. So you can see the stamp set has some really sweet little bees and some accessories that go with it, including some nice greetings. And then die dies go really nicely with the stamp set and have some extra accessories, or you can use some of the die cuts here to cut out some of the actual images that are in here. You can purchase these items individually, or you can purchase it as a bundle for 10% off. And I am really sad to see these go. Obviously, it's going to bring in some new stuff in the new catalog, but sometimes there's stamp sets that I really like, including this one that I just wish it was staying. So let's get started. So to start the box, I started out with an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and then I cut it at 5.5, so it's just half a piece of cardstock. I used the little bumblebee stamp and stamped the pattern pretty close together. So the first time I tried this box, the pattern actually was a little bit less dense, I guess, and I found that once I put my little tag on, it was just way too much white space. So tip, make sure that your bees are close together. You can see too that I've stamped them really random, so some are upside down, sideways, all over, which is a good way to make that pattern paper. So we're going to pull in the paper trimmer, and you have, when you use your paper trimmer, you have two different blades. So this is the cutting blade, which we don't need, and then the scoring blade, which is the one we're going to use on here. So this is called a 2468 box. So the reason being is you score at each of those numbers. So right now I have it at 8, and I'm just going to give it a score, and then we're going to go to 6. And you want to make sure that your cardstock is flat against this little ridge. And then 4. And I'm making sure too that I do it at least 2 to 3 times so that it gets a nice indentation for when we want to fold it. Then our last one is at 2. Now we're going to flip it and then do one more at the 2-inch mark. So our next step is we're going to use those score marks to fold the paper, and then just using a bone folder, you want to really make that crease nice and firm. This will help when we're putting our box together to have more of a square looking box versus rounded edgings. Okay, so now that you have that done, you're going to flip it, find that fold, and do it this way. Now we're going to pull in our scissors, and we're just going to cut right up to that 2-inch mark. So that'll become your bottom of the box. And when you get to that little 1/2 inch point here, we're actually going to cut up to the 2-inch mark, and then we're going to take that little piece right off. Like that. So you may notice that my cardstock's slightly different than the last frame, and that is because I continued and finished my project and my phone had died. So here is the next part. So now that we have it like this, I'm just going to turn it around, and you want to use some very sticky adhesive. So this is our Terran tape, and it is great for 3D projects like this. So we're going to take it, and you want to do basically the bottom of the box, and I just put 2 pieces on this one, and then this one. And then Terran tape, you can see, is really easy to use because it literally just tears. You don't need scissors or anything to use it. And then you want to go here, here, and then the inside, or the outside, I guess, of this piece, like that. We're just going to remove all of the backings. And just remember that you don't want to touch that adhesive to your back paper because it's going to stick. So now we're going to build the box. So we're just going to go like this, put this one on the inside, and then this one that's sticky like this, we're going to put on the outside and tuck our little flap in like that, and make sure that your edges are flat. So handy to have a bone folder or something, like even a ruler would work, that can go inside your box just to kind of burnish those pieces that have adhesive on it. All right, so now we have this cute little box, and we're going to continue to decorate that. So we got to find our backing. So this is the one with the little flap on it. You're going to kind of push in and hold it closed. You can use a regular hole puncher. I have one of the Stampin' Up! Ones, which is a little bit smaller. And we're just going to punch through all the layers. And I'm using my crinkled seam binding ribbon in Whisper White. This is one of my favorite ones that I have been using because I have been able to dye it in different colors using our Stampin' Blends. But for this one, I just wanted it to be white. So we're just going to stick that through a hole. And you can use like a paper piercer or a pen or something to kind of just bring it all the way through. And then I'm going to give enough on here so that I can make a little bow like this. And then I'm just going to do a double knot, so make it so that it stays closed. Of course, I would be putting my goodies in before closing it up. This is great for like little chocolates or whatever else that is small that you want to gift somebody. So double knot. These are great for like little place settings when we are allowed to have dinner parties again. So double knot. I'm going to set this aside for a second and we're going to do the tag. I just have a Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to use the little beehive and then the bee. So I chose to use Mango Melody. Just going to make sure that that's inked up really nice. And give it a nice hard pressure. And then I'm going to stamp the little bee that I have on the box as well. The great thing about this stamp set is it has the coordinating dies. So I'm just going to bring in those dies. And I find when I use the dies, I tend to use my washi tape. So it kind of helps keep the dies in place when it's going through the die cutting machine. So just line yourself up. And then I'm going to put that there, that at the bottom, and then do my little bee. So I have both of those popped out. I'm just going to take my little thank you stamp that is from the same stamp set and stamp it at the top of my tag. And then I'm going to take some of our mini dimensionals. These are so cute. They're just little, and they fit in small spaces. So I'm just going to take a few of those to put behind my little bee. And we're just going to put that in the bottom right corner. And then we're going to pull back in the paper hole punch like that. And then I'm just going to use my ribbon on my box and grab the part on the front and just loop it through the hole here. And I want to leave it a little bit loose. I don't want it to go right to the top, so I'm just going to give that a little bit of give. This way it can swing as well. And I'm going to do a double knot. The last part I did on my little box was added a little heart, which I cut out using the die in Real Red. And then I just created this cute little bow. So all you need is some cute special treats and you can make this 2468 box as well. So thank you so much for watching. I would love it if you would like my channel and give me a thumbs up. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.